Decode the dress code. What do women do? So the most common occupations for women are usually speech language pathologists, therapists, dental assistants. There are a few who are like civil engineers, HVAC and refrigeration mechanics and installers. So we do see that most of the women, they are a more humanistic, more towards dealing with humans than dealing with something more rational. Yes, some are lawyers, pharmacists. We have all kinds of professions, but still majority still runs towards more human, right? Anyway, what we have to remember is that women look for better position in their business. If they are setting up their own business, they will have to show themselves as competent, as professionals. However, if they are like looking for career development in the job they have, they will be looking for new promotions, new opportunities, sometimes walking up the corporate ladder. And then we see that we have fewer women in construction as managers. We have fewer women in computer and software development being managers. We have lots of women in management positions in human resources, social work, education. That's a very common niche for women. In marketing and sales, it's kind of even like we're running towards that. So women are actually like everywhere. They have opportunities everywhere. And we have to remember that when we dress for what we want, we have power in our hands.
Don't you think it's true? I know you know. So, this is actually something that women are doing, have been doing for quite some time already. We're taking up spaces and positions in every field. Some fields are more common for us, some fields might be a little bit harder for us to go into, but we are doing it every day with strength, with power, and femininity. Yes, we've got to still be women while going there and conquering our space. You don't have to lose that. I'm Lissy Tomkill, I'm an image and style consultant, and I want to show you some simple steps, especially for you, the woman that doesn't want the stress of looking good, but wants the success that comes with it. So, watch this video and count on me.
And here we are. So no matter what you do care about it. You do care about being punctual. You care about being professional, about doing everything that you set yourself to do, about reaching your goals, about attaining everything that you plan and you really want to. And everything that involves your career becomes priority in your life, right? This is it, because you're doing that to succeed, so you put effort in it. Do you care about how your image impacts your success, or maybe the lack of success you have? Have you ever thought that the way that your career is progressing has not only to do with how competent you are, but how competent you are perceived as being? And that is not only related to the kind of work you do, but it is also related to the way you show up, about your personal presence, your professional appearance. And I do understand that you have a very long day. You have to worry about your house, your family. It's like kids, they go to school. You have to worry about their uniform. You have, of course, to worry about the food your family will eat. I understand lots of women have been able to have a man, a support around them that will help them do that. You're sharing chores, you're sharing activities, but still, we know in our hearts, we take up all of that responsibility. And we still have to work, we still have to make professional calls, write emails, focus on projects, and have results. That is not easy. And that makes that we do not have what? Time for ourselves. With that much work, there isn't time for you. There isn't time for you to think about what you need and how you will make your image more adequate, more prepared, more polished to really help you reach the goals you have, your professional goals, but also your personal goals. All of those are also related. That there's no way that you can detach the way you look from the way you are perceived, from the results you have. However, in 7 seconds, okay, let me be honest here. I am being kind with you. So many people say that it's in a tenth of a second. However, I think it's a little bit cuter if we just talk about the 7-second rule, because you will have a 7-time opportunity to really, undo it in case you need it. It goes like this. In 7 seconds or in a tenth of a second, people will have ideas about what your level of education is, about your financial status, how much money you make, how much money you spend, about how reliable you are, about how they can trust you, about how competent you are in your work, in your life, about your honesty. They also think about your sophistication level through what you show to be. About your sexual orientation, yes, that is also revealed, about your level of success, or at least how you manage that, about your political tendency, your religious influence, your professional and or social aspirations. So if in 7 seconds people are capable of doing that, why waste that time? Truth is, if you have a bad first impression in 7 seconds, it will take you at least 7 consecutive positive encounters to undo that bad image people have made of you. That is definitely not worth it. You gotta work for the 7 seconds so that you don't have to waste all of that time. We're going to work here with levels of authority. So why am I saying that? Because depending on the job you are and depending on the goals you have, you will have to set the level of authority you have in the way that you dress, in the fashion choices that you will make, in how you will put together your morning outfit, because that will review how much power you have or how much power you want to have. You can either lead the fleet and be the authority, or you can calm the storm and be the one for support, for assistance, for help, the one that will be more friendly. And you have here 2 very opposing ideas in dressing that have actually the same tools to reach your goals. So watch with me. I'm going to help you understand how this goes. Levels of authority. So on the left side of the scale, we have more, which is more weight in your image. And on the right side, we have less. Okay, so that will weigh less on the scale of authority. When you want to show that you have more authority, you will choose darker colors. You will go with colors that are like black, brown, burgundy, navy. These are darker. Muted colors are those that are not as bright. Higher contrast, meaning the difference in the colors that you are wearing will be great. You could do like white and black, white and red. That's a very good high contrast. Straight lines. When I refer to straight lines, I'm talking about stripes, yes, but I'm also talking about the fit of your fabric, the fabric that you're wearing, how it fits your body. Is it more, is it a sturdier fabric? Is it something that feels heavier on you, that will actually have its own shape? Or is it lighter, softer, and flowy? So if it's straight lines, it's good for more authority. Structured fabrics, solid colors, skirts, dresses. Yes, hear this. Women, when they wear a skirt, they show more authority than when they wear pants. When women wear pants, they're trying to be equal to men, and they show that they're not as confident and that they have to bring that item from the man's wardrobe into theirs so that they can compete. Meaning, if you're courageous enough to go ahead and wear a skirt, men will look at you and say, wow, she doesn't care. She really knows her job. She knows that she's doing it well, and we have to watch her. So, unlike what you might think, for you to look more with more authority, more authoritative in what you do, yes, go with skirts, go with dresses. If you want, on the other hand, to be more approachable, because you are, say, a nurse, a teacher, you are in human sciences, you want to have people come to you for, like as a psychologist, for instance, you would need people to really open to you. Then you go with lighter colors, with softer colors, brighter colors as well. You go with lower contrast. You go with curved lines instead of structured and straight lines. You will go with flowy fabrics, prints, patterns. You will go with pants, yes, because then you are just like easygoing, you're relaxing, so you're wearing pants. And then you will mix and match pieces. You're not gonna work in a suit, for instance, but a separate skirt and jacket. So that's less authority. If you can actually relate what you wear to your natural level of authority, this is when you have the most success. So if you look at you and you have waves in your hair or more curved lines on your face, curved brows, curved eyes, curved nose, curved mouth. If you have curves in your body in general, that's a lower level of authority. This person, if this person wants really to show more authority, this person will have to work harder with external help in fit, in color, in line, so that authority is added to their looks and they can be perceived as capable and professional. If not, they're perceived as nurturing, as caring, as friendly, which for corporate positions, for more rational thinkers, may not be as good. If you, however, have very straight lines, high contrast in your body, as the person on the right, as the woman on the right, then naturally people will perceive you as with more authority, even if you do not have it. Also, this is easy when you think about friendship. The person that will have the greatest number of friends will most likely be the one with more curves in their bodies. And this is when you will see that people will have straight lines, straight hair, darker hair, straight brows, thin mouth. They usually have fewer friends around them because people perceive them in a way that will make people come to them or make people run from them. So the lighter, the lower, the darker, the higher. If you have dark skin, dark hair, and curves, then you also have a very low contrast with lines that make you be perceived as more friendly, as more easygoing, and a person that is there to help and assist. If you, however, have a difference in your hair, to your skin, to your eyes in color, and you can add straight lines to your natural lines, you are increasing your level of authority, the perception of authority. So you see that on the left, the woman here is wearing like ruffles on her blouse, and also the way that she is looking at you is more even sensual and romantic and friendly. She looks super cozy and comfortable, whereas the one on the right, you look at her, her eyes are looking straight at you. She feels like she knows what she's doing. She's wearing straight lines. There is contrast between the blouse that she wears, the color of her skin and hair, making her look as if she really can do it. She's ready to act. This is how we would see people spread all over. We have very different levels of contrast and lines that will make us interpret them as being more or less capable, more or less professional. And you have to understand what your nature conveys so that you make choices that will help you reach your goal. There is no right or wrong here. We have opportunities to really improve the game and make it be more possible for you, more attainable for you, the goal that you have set for yourself. So, if you want more authority because you have lower contrast and more curves, for instance, what you have to do is go with solid colors, deeper, muted colors, invest in higher contrast. But hey, when I say higher contrast, you always have to be aware of your natural contrast. You can go a little higher, but if you go too high, you will disappear in your clothes and you will not be focus of attention anymore, but your interest will be all towards the clothes. And we don't want that. We want people to be interested in talking to you and not looking at the clothes you're wearing. Clothes are support for you. They are not more important than you ever. You have to avoid curved lines, but watch. If you have much curved lines on your face, on your body, be mindful that if you go with too many straight lines, that will not be as good because that will contrast and show even more the difference in lines on you. You can straighten your hair a bit. You don't have to do that all the time. And that's a choice because if you're using all of the other tools, you may not need this one. Also, you can have an updo, right? When you have your hair loose, that shows too much flexibility. That shows that you are too comfortable, and you cannot be too comfortable if you want higher authority. Stay away from black if you have very light skin, and stay away from white if you have very dark skin. Go with navy, burgundy, brown. These colors will be enough for your level of authority. Repeat your eye color. Whenever you wear something, especially the top part, that is the same or a very similar color to your eye color, you will make people be hypnotized looking at you, interacting directly with you, and that's when you gain their attention and you can really have them do what you need them to do. Yes, like I said before, wear a skirt. For authority, this is when women get the most authority. It's by wearing skirts and being as feminine as they can without being childish, without being whiny, without being too sensitive about what they're doing. You cannot be over delicate, but you have to be feminine. And yeah, wear heels. Wear heels empower because heels are power. And whenever you're wearing heels, Your posture will be the posture of someone who is confident, straight, and ready to work. For lower authority, however, if you have the same characteristics that I just mentioned, like lower contrast, curved lines, you will prefer light and soft colors. You will avoid deep colors, which are the dark ones. You will invest in lower contrast. Lower contrast, meaning you will wear the same color difference that you have in the color choices that you make for your clothes. You will bet on curved lines that will give you more friendliness, and you will show your curves. I'm talking about hair and face here. I'm not talking about your body. You will always be modest about showing your body. And let your hair loose. Play with prints. That's very nice, and that's very good for people who want to have lower authority, especially if you have too much contrast, which we're going to be talking now. So if you have higher contrast, you will naturally be perceived as having a higher authority. That is good for you because you don't have to worry as much. But you will choose to go with solid colors. You will go with deeper and muted colors preferably. And then you can invest in a higher contrast. Yes, go high. When you want to show authority, you can go as high as white and black, and that is okay. In the case of a woman who is not naturally, who does not have that natural contrast, we do not go with white and black, but we can go with off-white and black. We can go with beige, with lighter colors and black, or not black, but go with navy, go with burgundy, and then you would go with white in the other end. So go with black for more power. Repeat your eye color. That's when people will be magnetized. They will be looking at you and nowhere else. And again, wear a skirt, wear heels. Skirt and heels are all about being a woman who is confident, because really, strutting in those heels, that's not an easy thing to do. If you can do it and you can still have command of what you're doing at work, that will show that you are really ready for that position you're looking. Straighten your hair if you want, if you need, and have an updo if you want really to have more authority. In cases like these two women that we portray here, this would not be necessary. However, if you look like them and you want to have lower authority, bring people closer to you, be more friendly, and be perceived as someone who's nurturing, who can really show love and care, you will go with prints and patterns to soften your look. You will choose lighter and softer colors. Avoid the high contrast that you already have on you, so really go lower in contrast. Play up curved lines. If you have lips, eyes, nose that have curves, show them off. You can use makeup to do that, and sometimes a few prints may enhance the curved shape of your body or the curved shape of your face. Add movement to your hair, add layers, add highlights. These are things that will add movement, and by adding movement, you will be perceived as someone who is naturally inclined to being more friendly and welcoming to others. Avoid your hair parted in half. Go sideways. Go with the side bangs. Go with the side hair. That makes you look more friendly. And go with separates instead of a suit. Choose flowy fabrics. Anything that flows is more friendly, and what is structured is more severe. It's very important to remember the nails. Avoid chipped polish at all times. If you have chipped polish, just take them off for real. Not anything on nails is better than chipped polish. You should really remember that it shows that you don't care. It shows that you are untidy, and people will think that you will be like that in the work you'll be doing. So if you're looking for a job, or if you want a promotion, or even if you just want to keep your job, be careful about your nails. They show a lot about how you really care about yourself, and that will be understood that it's the way you care about everything else. Do not have those super long, stylish nails. They make you look like someone who's untouchable and dangerous. People don't want to come close to you because they're afraid they'll get hurt, and they will also think you cannot do the job. You cannot do it because if it breaks, you will not like it. So have shorter nails and have them look as simple as possible. Clean, beautiful is better than nothing. Yes, you can of course add some color to it. It is all right, but think of where you work, what your job is, and understand if you can go with a red, with a burgundy, with a deeper color, or if you should better just go with lighter, very delicate colors just to show that you have clean and tidy nails and hands. And there is more. It's also important to don't ever go to work with a bare face. Yes, I know it takes time, but you know what? Just don't. This is not something that will help you ever. I would say in life, especially if you are over 40s, if you're, like under 40s, you can get away with that in your personal life, but not at work. No matter what work you do, little makeup, just some foundation, some eyeliner, some mascara, some lipstick. It's very basic. You don't have to do much. I promise you. I promise you, you can do this. 10 minutes later, I look like this. And yes, I took this picture on the very same day. So I worked a little on my hair, not that much, and I worked on a little makeup. So don't ever go to work without some makeup. This is the way to go. Bonus info. Many people might not really realize how important this is, but truth is your dental hygiene, your mouth hygiene is super important. If you can, go ahead and brush your teeth at work. It is very important. You can do it after lunch because if you spend from 9 to 5 and you don't eat much, basically you will have bad breath. If you eat, you might have food breath. So neither are good. Really, find 5 minutes, go to the restroom and just brush your teeth. If you can't, go with mint, spray, bubble gum, whatever chewing gum you want. Have something to help you not have bad breath. This is a big deal breaker if you're looking for a new job, if you want a promotion, and especially if you're going to be dealing with people. If you think dressing well is expensive, try dressing badly. The cost is not worth it. I hope I have helped you here. I really want to work with you. If you want to know more about what I can do for you and how you can really look as good as you deserve and want, you can check me out on my website, on Instagram, and you can just shoot me an email. I'm looking forward to talking to you.